We live in a twilight world, no friends at dusk. So let's do another quick recording. Let's stick on the theme of time travel and the multiverse, which seems to be a very hot topic at the moment. I've got my coffee here, yeah, so apologies if you hear me slurping on coffee. But yeah. So yeah, the multiverse seems to be a hot topic. It's been a hot topic for a fair few years now, and yeah, I don't like it. You know, I think it's very sinister when the social engineers are constantly putting a concept in the minds of the masses. I think we're getting into the territory of magic with a K, and although the masses are mostly made up of flesh robots, like Westworld-style robots that can't manifest anything, within the masses there are what I call particle accelerator humans that can manifest, right? And a lot of them don't know that they are real ones. They don't know that they're special, and they just get caught up in following the crowd, following the NPCs, and jumping on board of something and then manifesting it. But that whole thing, what I just described there, that's a different topic for a different day. I should probably cover that at some point. It all goes under the umbrella of illusion warfare and how, you know, the real ones, the particle accelerator humans, are getting tricked into manifesting someone else's reality. But anyway, yeah, the multiverse, it's everywhere at the moment, and it's been everywhere for a long time, starting with, I guess, those Marvel films. And it's basically the concept of there are, you know, an infinite number of possibilities and other realities. You know, there's a reality somewhere where you're the president. There's a reality somewhere where you're a woman. There's a reality somewhere where you died when you were 6 years old. There's just a reality for everything. Let's say tomorrow morning you choose to have, I don't know, marmalade on your toast instead of jam. That spins off into a whole new timeline, and there's a timeline where you had jam, and you know, whatever. I'm sure you guys are well aware of what the multiverse is. Now, just because I don't like it, that doesn't mean it's not possible, right? Anything's possible, and yeah, it definitely could be a thing. I mean, who knows? I just don't think. Here's my issue with it, right? I don't think we can access it. I think the thing about where we are, this matrix we're in, is it has limitations for a reason. Now, what that reason is, I don't know. That's beyond me. I'm just a monkey here, scratching my head, trying to work things out. But there's obviously limitations. You can't have everyone just being a god that can just jump through time and jump in and out of different realities. It would just be a fucking chaotic free-for-all, and it'd just be a mess. It would just implode on itself with the amount of chaos. So yeah, there are physical limitations that stabilize this matrix. And I also think, like, it's not healthy to, I don't know, it comes under the umbrella of, like, yet again, thinking that you can't enjoy this life you're in right now because you're stuck on one of these earths and this is just how it is. You know, there's lots of things I don't like about it. But if we go on to a superficial way of looking at it, you know, it's a great way for Hollywood to just keep reinventing Batman and Spider-Man and so on. You know, if they release a series of Spider-Man films and they're shit, or nobody likes them, or let's say Spider-Man gets killed, it don't really fucking matter because there's another universe somewhere where Spider-Man's alive, where he's black, where he's gay, where he's in a wheelchair, whatever. And they could just keep slightly altering Spider-Man every year so they can put it in the cinemas, and that's it. Now, it's kind of sad that that's what it's come down to, right? But if you've lived long enough, like I'm in my mid-30s, and I can clearly see that pretty much every film comes out it's you know, it's already been done. It's just a slight alteration. And this goes to the whole thing of the 7 basic plots, right? I'm sure many of you have come across this. this idea that really there's only 7 basic storylines, story arcs that exist. Now that's kind of fucking nuts when you think about it, right? And can you see him? Just so everyone knows, it's Overcoming the Monster, Rags to Riches, The Quest, Voyage and Return, Comedy, Tragedy, and Rebirth. Now, obviously, there are many films where like these have been combined, right? So you can obviously combine these stories and make hybrids of this, right? But yeah, this is it, right? 7 basic story types. Ain't that crazy? Now, what's the deal with that? Are we lacking imagination? Is the programming not there? Perhaps it's gatekeepers. Perhaps the social engineers are gatekeeping and just keeping our consciousness stuck within these 7. Because, well, I don't know, man. Let's say we finally got the 8th. Let's say the 8th storyline suddenly manifested. That would unlock a whole new world of imagination for everyone, right? And of course, the 8, the 8 on its side is infinity, right? Infinity now brings us back to the multiverse. It's also the, it's the logo for the metaverse, right? Which is coming out now and so on. Which, yeah, so I don't know, man. The last 50 years or so, let's get back to the images. I guess the last 50 years or so, the main kind of like thing they've been pushing via Hollywood that doesn't actually exist in our physical reality is space aliens, right? Is visitation from outer space. Now, I put it out there, like I said in the beginning, that they want people to manifest this. They were hoping that if enough people believed in space aliens, that it would get manifested and the Anunnaki space starships would suddenly appear and come down and, do whatever. Hand out new technology, whatever, change reality, whatever. That clearly isn't working. That has not happened yet, has it really? Well, not to my knowledge anyway. I don't actually think it's happened. I think they're giving up on that idea, and that's why they're going for option number 2, which is the multiverse. Now, you've got to understand, for the jinns and the vampires that are stuck here in this realm, for them, a multiverse would be a way to get off, right? Unlike us guys with souls, we can ascend. And, well, hopefully we can pick and choose whether we come back here or not, or what kind of version of reality we go on. But the jinns and the vampires, they're stuck here. And that's why they're so hell-bent on making this place a place that works for them and no one else. So that's one thing to consider, But yeah, it's everywhere. Like, I went and saw The Flash the other night. Same thing. When you think about it, really the Back to the Future films with, Marty McFly, Michael J. Fox, he essentially was fucking around, going back in time, fucking around with things that was splintering off new timelines, right? And so, we've had it ever since then. And, the world of, quantum mechanics, they're big on this, right? They're saying it's very, very possible. Sure, maybe it is. Maybe it is. But hopefully, hopefully change is on its way and we can start. I'm just really baffled about why we can't seem to break out of those 7 story arcs. Like, why can't someone come along with an eighth, ninth, 10th story arc. Like, what's with that? Anyway, we're given a Twilight world. There are no friends at dusk.